Hi guys, in this video I'd like to show you that we can differentiate different functions and variables here in the Remix IDE by the color depending on the visibility of the function. So first of all, if we create the public variable and we deploy the construct, we will see that the Solidity language creates by default the special function called the same name as the public variable. This is the function called I. Every single public variable will have a corresponding function after the deploy, and by clicking this function, by calling it, you will receive the actual value of the variable. So let's put the different value. Let's set different value to the variable. Let's deploy another contract. Let's get rid of this one and let's check this one. You see the value right now is 5. So this is basically created. If we remove the public keyword here and we create another contract, we will see that no function is actually created. It's just because the variable is no more public. It doesn't like if the variable is not public, so the actual access to the variable is restricted, and there is no function created for accessing it. Once the function is created, again, if I'm adding public here, once the function is created, it can be requested from outside of the blockchain. It can be requested by any other smart contract, whatever it is. But one important thing, guys, one important trick and things to note is that the color of this button is blue. It means that it's actually very safe to call and request this function. Is called I, because this function is not going to modify any state of the contract, smart contract. So this particular function just only gets you the value. It only brings you the value instead of modifying the value. So now let's go further and let's work with some functions. So let's create function foo that is gonna be also public, and it will, I don't know, it will do something like 5 plus 4 plus 4, do some math, and we'll assign this to the unit. Okay, so just some actions inside. So let's deploy this contract, and we will see that we have another function and another button that corresponds to that function, and it is orange right now. It means that this function is public, but the modifier is default, which means this particular function can possibly modify the state. This means that in this function I can write I equals to 6. If I do this and if I deploy this contract, I will see that first I equals to 5, then I invoke foo, and then I invoke I one more time, and I see that now I equals to 6. So basically this function modified the state of the contract because this variable is a part of the state. Okay, that is why such functions that are possibly can modify the state of the contract are colored with the orange color. Okay, and this means that be careful. This function can modify the state and it potentially can change anything. The blue color means it's not gonna modify the state. So if I want to change the default modifier to pure modifier, this will bring me an error because right now I set up that I said to Solidity that it's gonna be pure function without any modification of the state. So I cannot modify the state here. I can do some math here, but not modify the state. Let's compile. Let's deploy this. Compile and deploy this contract, and we will see that here we have two blue colored buttons. It means that this method is not changing the state of the contract anymore, and now it's colored with a blue because with this color the development team of the remix just showing us that blue color doesn't it's okay to invoke this method. It's not dangerous, it's not modifying anything, so like you are free to do this. Okay, if we'll change the modifier to the view, okay, this means we can interact with the variables, but we cannot we can interact like this. So you see no errors. By the way, if it's gonna be pure, it will give us an error by interacting. You see, you cannot interact. But if it is view, you can interact with the state variables of the contract, but you still gonna receive a blue color. Let me redeploy the contract, and you see it's blue again. It's blue again. And this color means that we are not gonna change the state. So once again, the blue color and the view modifier means that you can interact with the variable but not change it. So if I want to change from I variable to 8, for example, right? So it's gonna be 8. This is gonna give me an error because I have view modifier here. If I change it to default, it's okay. I can change it. Okay, I can change it, but the function is gonna be colored with the yellow. So this is a small introduction of colors in Remix IDE. It will help you to understand right away by just quick look at the buttons, which button does what, which one but modifies the state, and which one just only reads the state or just interacts with it. Thank you.